I went to Gene Brown Beatdown. That shit was lit.
Yeah.
That shit was lit.
Yeah.
And of course, I got recognized with no Face ID. And yeah, I seen a lot of people that knew me, or other people that knew me, but I didn't know them. And then we hadn't met. It was like, oh, you're ReeCee. All right, we met. Then there was somebody that was talking to two of my friends, also in music, you know. And then I was like, hey, I'm ReeCee.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're ReeCee Raps? I was like,
Yeah.
He's like, you're ReeCee Raps? I've been following you. It was like, damn. So I didn't get recognized, but my name precedes me.
Your name has that weight.
My name ring bells.
So
it does. It does. I can't lie.
your name does ring bells, though.
It
And that's
does.
a good, let's, all right, all jokes aside, your name rings bells for good reasons. I want to tell you that, like, step out. And that's why I've definitely, for me, just experiencing this life, like experiencing music from when I'm young, and then experiencing now being an artist, being around artists like yourself, but more importantly, yourself. How valuable, though, at the same time, the responsibility of being you, because you say things, you create worlds to exist. This moment doesn't exist without you asserting yourself and you really saying, you know what, I'm gonna be dope. You
I'm
know,
alive.
I'm alive, right? I'm gonna talk my shit, whether who cares. Like, one thing I really appreciate, like, music sounds free on you.
You think so?
Yes. That's the I was listening to. I'm gonna walk you through my experience, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna walk you through my experience because I'm cleaning up. I'm like, all right, let me get some things ready. I'm getting things ready for you come, and I'm listening to Ice Cream. I'm listening to Elevator before I get to Enough Is Enough. I'm just listening because I want to get in the vibe of you.
Right.
Like, that's why when you was playing that other thing, I'm in the vibe of ReeCee right now.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
right,
I just want
right.
like I can listen to that all the time, whenever. You're here right now. I'm in this vibe. Let me welcome this energy in before you get in here. So I'm listening, and I'm like, music just sounds so free on you, and that's like what even thinking about this moment, what we talking about, whatever this is that we're gonna record. It's like, what is this moment like for you to express, for you to say, for you to live through, for you to just be like, you know what? I'm here. I'm alive. I've arrived. Like, ReeCee Raps has arrived. And I feel so good. Like, I feel it.
Oh, you can feel it?
Yeah, like, more than any other time. More than any other time. Like, it's some real shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it the sweatshirt?
Maybe so.
It's the sweatshirt. Look, this sweatshirt got special powers.
Maybe so. But I mean, on that, but I'm just listening to your music. Like, I can listen to artists. And I'm like, yo, you really sound free. Do you pick up on that? Do you realize how connected you are in the music, maybe? Because, like, then Enough Is Enough. I can feel you really channel a lot through music. I don't know if you, like, we don't.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, like, on just a spiritual world, like, how powerful you are. And, like, that's how I know you're here to do what you have to do. Say you, even like when I'm going all around the world. All right, I'm just going different places, but I'm bringing it to one center. Like when we did Boom. You just are meant to be on a mic. Like your vibration, whatever is inside of you, whether people agree with it or people like it or not, it ain't about that. It's the fact of, like, it channels through you. And that's why I'm like, damn, I'm listening to Enough Is Enough. Like, you can really, like, it's people, artists like that. It's like SZA, it's like so many different artists I listen to. And I'm like, they really be, it's like a whole world exists when they go in.
Man, it be just me and the music, you know?
Okay.
It be me and the music. Most of the time when I make music, when I'm writing, it's just me and the music, me and the beat, me and the sound, me and the vibe. So, and yeah, I do see that you can, I've been amazed sometimes how I can transfer energy and it be off of me. You know what I'm saying? And it be off of me and into the sound. And then, like, I do it and then it's in there and then I move on and then it's there forever. And so, yeah, I'm amazed at how timeless music is.
And you're a part of that.
Yeah, I'm a part of that. And it's crazy because it's like, yeah, I wasn't always a part of it, you know? I mean, I wasn't always confident in my ability to make music or felt like my music was good enough or anything like that. So it was like when I started really creating music and it's fire. Like I can't even say that it's not. I listen to my music more than anything else and it's just good music and I'm excited to start getting more music out. Cause that's the thing. It's like I feel like I've been hoarding too much music. I gotta get it out so I can move on and create new things. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
come on,
yeah, yeah. So I'm finally dropped enough is enough. And like with videos, it's like I've been like not doing a lot of videos, but it's like a masterpieces you can create through visuals. So it's like I'm really excited about really getting in my visual bag, like, cause I have visions, I have different things that I see from my songs, and sometimes I don't though, and that's what's difficult. I'm like, damn, what we gonna do? So it's like,
wait, walk us through that moment. Walk us through the moment that you wake up. All right, it's a Saturday, and you're saying like it's a vision. You may not have a vision of the song. Like, are you saying that from when you step in here to beat, when you step into the visual product? What do you mean?
I'm saying like with so my process. You mean process of making a song to visual to whatever?
What you were just saying right there. You said
okay. So with visuals, sometimes I make the song and I'm like, I don't know what this video looks like at all. I don't see nothing. I see nothing. I'm drawing blanks. Like, I don't know what this is gonna look like. And I feel like when I don't have input, I feel like I don't like the video when it comes out. When I just say, all right, we're gonna just shoot, and it'd be like, all right, what the fuck is this? I have videos that have not dropped.
Right.
But then I have videos that have really good concepts that didn't drop still, and stuff happened. But yeah, it's just sometimes you don't see everything, but that's why it's good to start working with people, working with other people, creative directors. There's people that do that, you know, so it's not all on the artist to think of the video idea, make the song, choose the beat. You know, I choose the beat, I make the song, but it's like it's not all on us. So, you know, I'm moving into my year of collaboration.
After, on top of all the collaboration you've already been doing.
What collaboration I've been doing?
That's what I'm about to speak on, because I know, right, because in your mind, you don't see it as collaboration, though it's been collaborating.
Yeah.
Look, I just want to say, that's why I think your mind this is what they mean when they say genius. Because I can say that right there, and you're like, what collaboration? This is a collaboration. Like, you're moving and collaborate, but that's how I think how genius your mind is. Your mind sees whatever it has to see. It's like certain parts of you are natural. It's like certain things you don't think about because it's just natural to you. Yeah. And that's why I'm talking about.
Yeah, I guess I've been collaborating all year if you really look at it. Right. I've been collaborating all year. Yeah. Like, from venues, collaborating with venues, different things, collaborating with other brands even. Yeah. I mean, I've been collaborating. So I'm continuing my year of collaboration.
Exactly.
And I'm taking it up to the next notch. Because there's certain things I haven't been collaborating on. And that's probably pretty much what I'm looking at when I say I haven't been collaborating.
Right. I know,
but it's like I don't look at all the other things that I have been doing. So, yeah.
When you all right. Because I want to step into your world. Like, that's what we're doing. What a dope year. I just want to step into what a dope year for like ReeCee, and then we can take it for where it takes from there. Because I feel like people care about like stories. People want to know.
I got them.
Exactly. Like,
I got some stories.
Right. That's what I'm saying. People want to know like the information that we're living. Like, it's one thing to just talk about the things that are going on that everybody can see, but what are we all like living and experiencing? And then you be so you gonna tell it how you see it, for whatever it is, and that's what we want to know. So like, coming into the year, when you come into 2022, coming off 2020, 21, the plate that you got to do, as far as everything listed out that you got in your mind to do. Last year at this point, and now being here at this point now, how does it look for you, if that kind of makes sense? Like, when you step back into last year and really think about, dang, I got to do this to come into this year. I got this show, these venues.
I always feel like I haven't done enough.
Yeah.
That's just me. No matter what I do, I always feel like I haven't done nothing. You know, that's just, how I be feeling. So this time last year, December was very rough for me. I was in the hospital. I almost died. I went raw vegan. I was like, I'm going on a new track of life. And I was really excited about being raw vegan for the rest of my life. And I went for 10 days. I was in the hospital for 4 days. I almost died from a infection that turned into sepsis, got into my bloodstream, and my blood pressure was extremely low. It was probably like the worst thing I ever experienced, just like getting blood taken every day, being extremely cold, but my fever was 103, so they're taking my blankets because you're not really cold, but like teeth shattering, shivering, but your fever's 103. So it's like, didn't go from getting out the hospital, catching COVID 3 days later. And then I was in the house for the whole rest of the year. So I was literally, and then at the end of the year, cutting my hair on December 27th, cutting my hair off, where I didn't ever think I would do something like that. That was spur of the moment type thing. And I actually did it. And so going into the year, it's like, all right, everything was wiped. I was like, all right, you almost died. I really wanted to just leave, But I did things that I didn't expect to do, I didn't do things that I expected to do.
Right.
And I did things that I didn't expect to do. So starting the year, January, I went with my family. I went to Miami for my sister's birthday. So that was cool to get it out of town, after all that. Right. After all of the other stuff that I had to deal with at the end of the year. Right. But then January was mainly just planning because I locked in the venue, Crown Station.
So, pause. You go through December physically, mentally. Like, I'm feeling this. Like, I'm like, dang, I want to hug you right now. On some real, just as like, because that's what I'm saying. When you told me about that earlier this year, I'm like, what? And to see you charging, you talk about January. What's that snap? What's that click? Because I know the click. What's that click? If you had to explain that to somebody that's foreign, does not know your mechanism of how you just think, boom, I was in this shape. I was in the hospital, boom. And now, all right, I got to think about this, and this.
Yeah, it's stuff that was like in the works before I went to the hospital.
Yeah. That
I had to just pick up. I'm talking to Crown. I'm trying to get dates locked in, and different things happen with the holidays, whatever. And then it was like, all right, come January, all right, I got to get back to action, like cut my hair off. It was a thing, how am I going to reveal that my hair is cut off?
Was that an ego shit?
Yeah, it was more like, I still feel my ego here, though, so... It wasn't the hair, the ego.
But I mean, I feel like it's always good. You got to keep your ego just to remind these fools.
Yeah, like I still got my ego, but it was just like, only reason why I didn't want to cut it, because I had them faux locks in my hair, and I had COVID, and I just wanted this shit out my hair. I had it in my hair in my hospital. I had it in for like 2 months, and I was just like, I just want this shit taken out of my hair. And I was like, I'm on COVID. I got COVID, so I'm gonna have to wait till quarantine over to even get it taken out. Then I'm gonna have to get my hair done all the time. I'm tender headed, like it be hurting right here when they braid my hair. And I was like, then I'm gonna have to be doing different hairstyles, going to the hairdresser every week and all that and stuff like that, $100 a week. And I was just like, man, I should just cut it off. I had the side shave already, and I was like, I should just cut this shit off. And I was like, the only reason why I didn't want to do it is because I didn't want to feel ugly. I was like, I don't want to look ugly without my hair. And that was the only reason why I didn't do it. And I was like,
who's going to say that, though, Reese?
You never know. So I could have cut my hair.
Are you talking about, we got to talk about the levels, though, before, like, because then, sure, we can have jokes. But then, like, on some real shit, like, are you talking about, like, bald, or are you talking about?
I'm talking about, like, how I cut it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never been bald, but I just didn't want to be. I cut it pretty low though. I had some bald patches because I cut it myself. But
yeah, you gotta go through the phase.
I didn't want to be.
Cute, a
Yeah,
little
well, I mean, I
cut. You
didn't
get
have
it
to go
right.
through so much of a phase because I was in the house.
Okay.
So it was just like that until I got to my barber when I was
Yeah.
done quarantining first week of January. But I didn't want to be ugly. I didn't want to look ugly. I didn't. And another reason why I cut it is because
Said another
when I
thing.
first moved, or when I used to wear weeds. I used to wear the Indian bread meat, all that, the bundles, all that. When
Okay.
I back in like when I was, I mean, I was like when I started wearing weave when I was like maybe 13, 12.
Okay.
Started wearing weave because my older sister cut my hair, cut my ends and cut like 2 inches off, and then people kept asking me my hair short, and I felt subconscious about it, so I started wearing weave, and then my hair got shorter, gluing in the tracks. I went from gluing in track to my head to, I've been getting relaxers since I was in 4th grade, like, and
so all this is like you thinking about the process. Like, dang, I done went through all this. Like,
well,
let me switch it up.
no, well, it was like I moved on, getting tracks, then getting sew-ins, and then when I met my ex, one of the good things that came out of that, he got me to stop wearing weaves, and it was like, just embrace your natural and different things. So I hadn't wore weave. I made a whole article. I wrote a whole article, weave free and never relapsing. It's still out there somewhere. I wrote that maybe 2016. I had went without weaves for couple years at that point, and I had no intention of ever wearing weaves again, but then I started getting my hair braided with weave because it was because it's about taking care of your hair. Having trouble taking care of my hair. But when I moved to Charlotte, I didn't wear weave for the whole first year, and then my hair gotten damaged again, so I cut off the sides of it and I started wearing weave again, and it got to a point where 2021 there was times where I wore my real hair and I didn't feel pretty with my real hair, and I didn't like that feeling. I didn't
Was
like
it like, what are you seeing though? Like, what is crafting that for you? Is like the faces? What you trying to pull? Like,
I
you're
just
seeing, you're
didn't
not pulling what
feel.
you want to pull.
No, it's just me. When I look in the mirror, I didn't feel confident in myself when I looked in the mirror with my real hair.
Yeah.
I felt like I had to wear weave. And I didn't like having that feeling again, because even when I was wearing weave and stuff, getting my hair braided, I still wore my real hair too. I could switch it up, but it got to a point last year where the couple times I still wore my real hair a couple times, but I felt like I didn't feel confident. So I didn't like that feeling. So that's another reason why I cut it off, because I'm like, if you could feel confident with no hair and nothing like that, then you a bad motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I just was like, I didn't like the grip that we've had on me. That I felt like, all right, I gotta get my hair done. I gotta have my hair done.
There's a lot of entendres right there. There's a lot of levels of like deciphering right there, decoding of what you just said right there.
Yeah, because I
That's
felt
neither here
that
nor
feeling
there.
before, when I was growing up, and then it got to a point where I was free from it. I'm like an all or nothing type person. I'm either all for it or I'm not doing it at all. That's like
so
how
you're
I
not
am.
either or with
anything.
Okay.
Social media, I'm either on it, I'm not on it at all, or I'm on it. Like
so what's the balance? Is there
That's the
do
thing.
certain things require balance and certain things just
everything requires balance. Literally everything requires balance.
Yeah.
And
That's the
I
practice.
like it.
That's the
I
practice.
like it. I like balance. I'm either all or nothing.
Yeah.
It's like I'm all the way here. I'm putting my all. I'm gonna put my all into this insurance, or I'm not gonna do it at all. I'm gonna put my all into the music, or I'm not gonna do it at all.
It's like you have a win, succeed. Like it has to succeed, or if it doesn't, whatever this thing is inside, it's like you have to then like. It's interesting how you generate, how you keep
the
generating.
focus. It's like whatever I'm focused on, that's what's going to succeed.
Yeah.
But sometimes I get clouded, and I focus on one thing, and I don't remember all the other things I got to focus on. So it just, balance.
Yeah, take it
It's
easy
a
with
challenge.
yourself.
Seek balance. The work you put in hold more weight than talent.
And that's what I'm talking about right there. The music making you free. Because the music frees you to, like, discover that flow.
Mm-hmm.
Even when you talk about the insurance, you talk about all these different things. Everything I'm hearing through you still, when you spit those lines, it's nothing. It's the most free thing. So like, how have you been able to see
Performances are.
that? You must have you took it right. I literally was about to say
What
that.
was you gonna say?
I was gonna say like, how have you taken that into like on the stage? But I don't even want to feel corny and saying that. Like you gotta go, you gotta run with it because now it feels like get out my head. See, they don't know that you be in my head, so they won't know that. You got so I have to tell them that you should be in my head, and so that boom, there we go.
Yeah, I realized like performing literally is the most present I am a lot of the times.
Yeah.
Is in performances, because because if my mind goes somewhere else, anytime you see me mess up on stage, that's because I start thinking of something else. I used to never mess up on stage. That's recently, and when I do mess up, it's only like once.
Okay.
And people don't really notice it, but I notice it. But it's like, that's because I start looking at this person too long. I start thinking about not what I'm having for dinner, but that's just an example. I don't usually think about that, but I start getting in my head. That's the only and I don't do that. I snap out of that quick because I'm like,
so do you find a focal point in the room to look at?
Hell no.
You just go.
Hell no. No. I just I mean hell yeah, I just go. But yeah, I just go. You know, like just being in front of this mic made me want to perform right now. I was singing. But yeah, I just feel the emotion. I just feel the emotion, and I just put my all into it. You know, because once I decide what I want, everything comes into play, because then I can focus on what I want. But a lot of times I'm so fickle, and it changes all the time. What I want changes all the time. And so only times I ever manifested things is when I was focused on exactly what I wanted. And then shit happens.
I'm listening
you know,
to
so yeah, if you're not focused on exactly what you want, you're gonna be all over the place and doing everything, and that's what I've been doing. But I've been experiencing things and figuring out what I want, what's for me, what's not for me. And there's things that I wanted at the beginning of the year that I realized I don't want anymore. Like I wanted to go to that school. I don't want that anymore because I realized I'm not a pop artist. You know what I'm saying?
Because I couldn't sell that to you in that moment.
Yeah. But so I don't want to be a pop songwriter. You know what I'm saying? My path is different from other people's paths.
And you have to find that on yourself.
Yeah.
Like, because in those moments, to be real with you, like, I can't say, ReeCee, like, I don't feel that organically in you.
Right.
That don't naturally feel like you.
Yeah.
So you have to I know what that's like of shit. All right. And being the Aries and being just fire, fuck it. And then sometimes you just got to find it through the fuck it.
Right. You know you got to go and experience things and see things and be like, and really reflect and be like, yo, I don't want that. Yeah, I wanted to move to California.
Yeah.
But I didn't want that deep down. I wanted a shot, you know. I wanted a chance. That's what I want. I want a break. I want something to happen. I want something to happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
you wanted to pop, but it's not that pop.
Right.
I'm with you.
No,
I do this too.
Yeah. So it's just things that I realized. You know, I just experienced a lot of things, and I learned so much along the way, and I'm grateful for that. It's a lot, you know, it's a lot. So yeah.
I'm breathing on that. I'm really letting that breathe. I'm really letting that breathe. Just a moment of breath. And to just heads up, probably got like, I want to keep going just for audio, but like, I know the camera probably got like another 15 minutes on it.
Okay, we definitely did not talk about the year at all.
Nah, I know. I'm listening like, damn. But I feel like it is, though.
Yeah.
Because I feel that's why I was going to come out like.
Let me do a quick recap.
All right.
All right, January.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it can be how you want to do it.
I'm about to do a quick recap. We're going to do a 60-second recap of the year. All right, January.
Yes.
I went to Miami. I planned out the dope events. I locked in the residency, was promoting that. February, I started my weekly residency. We was doing that. Plus, I also did the CLT Film Fest. Plus, I also did the We Rock reveal. That was February too. I had a lot of shows in February.
Yeah.
I did the Petra show, my only headlining show this year. Month 3, March. I went to Maine, performed in Maine for the hip hop. That shit was lit. That was dope. Plus, I'm also still doing the weekly residency.
And you're doing,
Yeah, I'm still doing that every Thursday. Every Thursday.
I was there.
April, every Thursday. Still doing the weekly. I went somewhere in April. Not that the first part of April. I went somewhere too.
I know.
I went somewhere
okay.
the first part too.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Maybe
Shack.
not.
What
Yeah, that was in April. Yeah, I did Shake Shack in April. I did
the time is going.
I went shit. All right. We went to California in April. If I ain't think of it, then it's not important. We went to California in April, me and Lee.
Yeah.
That was dope. You know, I got to tour the school that I wanted to go to, the
Right.
pop school and everything like that. I wasn't able to be there for the Bright Fire Festival. Oh, in April we did Boom too. We did Boom in April. We did Boom Festival.
Yes.
We did a total improv fest set where we just was like going off the top, just doing improv. We also and Garden Party was birthed at that point. So yeah, we called it the Garden because it's about self growth. That's what I was gonna name my project, but not no more. Ooh. Then we went to also in March. Go back to March. I start writing the Jay Dilla project. I decided I wanted to do an old school hip hop project with all Jay Dilla beats, so I start making that in March. Then fast forward to May. May. I'm drawing blanks on May. I'm still doing the weeklies in May.
Still got the show
still doing the
going
weeklies, still doing the weeklies in May.
Had,
and I was doing 4 artists, 25-minute sets, a producer for a 25-minute set every week. So over the course, May was the last month
you had
I did it.
Come down from where they come from? New York?
Oh yeah, that was in May
that
too.
In May,
they came from Maine. I met them in Maine.
Come on now.
And they came from New England.
Boom,
so
boom,
yeah.
Boom,
so the people I met in March, they came down. We did a cookout for Memorial Day. And see, I didn't even remember that.
I'm here with you.
We did a cookout for Memorial Day. We collaborated on that for the Windjammers tour. So that was pretty dope to give them that platform. So I was doing the weeklies. Plus I did that. That was the last month. That's when I ended the residency at Crown because I wanted to do other things. I felt like I was bound to it and everything. So I feel like I went somewhere else that I forgot about.
In May?
Like before.
You did a lot of traveling, but we'll get back to it.
Okay,
We'll come back to
Month 6. I
June,
stopped the residency
in case
June.
Those don't know no numbers.
Right. June. So I actually went to London in June. Second week of June. So that was pretty dope. That was something that I didn't know about till like the week before. It was like a spur of the moment thing. I had the time of my life in London. I met so many people. I learned so much about the culture, and it gave me a really different perspective on the world.
Hopped on the mic out
London.
there.
I hopped on the mic a couple times. A few times actually.
Crushed it.
Like
shot some
one
video.
of the times. I bombed. I didn't tell nobody about that.
Well,
but
different
no,
crush.
because it was.
You got crushed.
Yeah, because it was off the top, and
Okay,
I didn't spend no written. So you never know. I did it off the top, and I killed it the first night.
Yeah.
Though. Shout out to my homie Noise, who invited me out there to London with him. So and we got to see his mom. She's a playwright and stuff and doing stuff like that. She's working on a dope play, so that was dope to see stuff like that. So June, that was pretty much all of June. London, even though it was a week, it took up my June. No, then July, I did my last dope concert. That was my first dope event in a couple months. So that was pretty dope. DOAP, right? The dope concert. So what a dope year.
More than 60 seconds.
Right, I know this is more than 60 seconds, but then June we did July we did the last dope show. I also start recording my Jay Dilla project with the songs that I made and everything like that. So that was pretty dope. Oh, I missed it in March. We did Night Theater, the Queens of the City concert.
Wow.
That was pretty huge. I don't know how I forgot that. So
that was a big moment.
I started thinking about what recaps you've done.
Moment.
Yeah, that was. And I was
Shout
like,
out to all the ladies. Shout out to all the
Shout out to the
queens.
7-piece female band. Shout out to Sunshine Anderson for headlining. Shout out to all the dope females, Chocolate Candy, Too Cool Tiff, and all the other females on the lineup. That was just super dope. Chocolate Candy, I said candy, but that was dope. Night Theater, that was probably my biggest show of the year to date. So then I totally forgot about that in March. I knew I was missing something in March. But then we moved on to and we was on the news and all types of stuff for that. Like the promo was like crazy. We was on the news, did a bunch of stuff.
All on the city.
It was dope. You know,
Big
like
time.
Elevator got featured on the news.
Don't know what time
so
it is.
And I dropped Ice Cream in January, but that was on the 1st. So then we got
that was a little something. Little something for you all to listen. A little ring ding.
I probably went to Atlanta somewhere in there, but I don't know.
You did.
But then maybe. But then July I did the Dope Show. I started recording the J Dilla project end of July. Really just working on that. August I'm drawing a blank. What I do in August. Yeah. So I was doing a lot in August actually to be drawing a blank. I had a little tour, a little mini tour in August.
I was about to say you had
I don't remember, but I would have to pull up the flyer.
Didn't you do a rooftop?
That shit did not happen. That was probably
Okay.
That was some bullshit that I didn't skate out of. You know what I'm saying? That was some bullshit. They still owe me money. They still owe me my deposit. So
okay, we'll move on. And you did the basketball game.
Yeah, so I did the basketball game in New York City.
Yes.
I shot a video in New York City. Shout out to Daylight who shot that video in New York City for Cookie Crumbles. I can't even remember what else was on that list. There was other stuff on that list of stuff that I did in August. But I remember I was going without no sleep, and it was a lot of work for shit I did in August. And then also, working still, like, refining my project, getting it mixed and different things like that. So September, what I do?
September, you worked on your project.
Did I go to California? I went to California in August, too.
Wow, you went to California.
Yeah.
You went to Cali 3 times.
Yeah, this year I've been to Cali 3 times this year. Wow. Yeah, I went in April, August, October. So I went to California in August, too. I was only there for the weekend. I couldn't get my rental, so I had to basically stay. And I shot in Cali, too. I shot in Cali, too. I shot in Cali, too. That was after I came back from New York. That was still August. It was end of August. So I went to Cali. Then September, I'm drawing a blank. What happened September?
September, you working on the project.
Yeah, still working on the project. Yeah. That was recent too, huh?
Well, we're in December, so.
I don't know what happened in September. I just basically.
That's cool. We can. Boom,
yeah, I remember.
Halloween, things get a little spooky.
I remember September being. I actually decided to go and get my insurance stuff straight too, so that started coming in. That started happening in August. I was withdrawing from the music some more, in September. Oh yeah, I did the. That was my last performance in Charlotte in September.
Okay.
With my last performance with me actually doing a set rather than just a guest.
Okay.
But that was my last performance in Charlotte. I did the Veg Fest after party. Yes. So that was pretty dope. Yeah. That was at Camp North End. It was a 30-minute set. So that was dope. Then October, I went to California again. I saw my niece walking in LA Fashion Week.
Okay.
And that was pretty dope. They had me come up on stage and walk too.
Oh, why not?
Yeah, they had some people from the crowd come up, so that was dope. And then I started AEP, my insurance, and that's what I did for October. Then November. Ooh. So I was in Cali for like 5-6 days that time. So that was pretty dope too. Right. And then November, I shot the Enough Is Enough video. That was dope. That was lit. And that was my first time doing a video with like other people in it besides me. So that was so
like more hands involved and how
it really came together. I had an idea like, my exes owe me money, and then it came to fruition because I was like, I seen certain scenes for the video. I'm like, yo, I'm in a car, I'm robbing somebody.
Yeah.
I'm like, but I don't believe in all that, just robbing people and stuff like that. So I'm like, I
Absolutely.
gotta make it make sense, even though it's a video. I gotta make it make sense for me and really stay aligned. But it's like, yeah, I'll rob my exes. I'll rob my exes. Like I won't rob nobody else,
Run
And
that
then
back.
so I robbed my exes. And it was, and people like was really like tapped into being a part, willing to get robbed on camera, like willing to just be a part of it. And I loved how that came together. So I shot that beginning of November. Also getting all my stuff finished, getting mixed and stuff like that. November.
Nice.
Also in the midst of AEP, doing AEP. I had to go back to Pittsburgh. I lost
Shout out to the focus.
Yeah.
Going through all this in the discipline.
Oh yeah.
Practice.
You gotta still keep it moving. I had to go to Pittsburgh for my great uncle's funeral. My mom's favorite uncle died on his birthday, which was the day before her birthday. And she found out on her birthday, which her birthday was the same day we shot Enough Is Enough. So I made sure, I spent time. And right after that, I had to go to Pittsburgh the next week and handle that. Then I'm back to work. And everything like that. So then the enrollment period ended December 7th and we back outside. So, I came back outside December. Where did I go this month? Yeah, I went to Florida. And I went to Florida.
So you just wrapped it up from. You had a show down there. So tell us about the show.
I had a show down there. But shout out to Last Name First. I actually did a versus battle with her in like January.
Okay.
And it was right after I came back from Miami, but we stayed in Hollywood, Florida. And she was like, oh, I live in Hollywood, Florida. And I just remembered that. I'm like, so I reached out to her and I was like, because I came out to Florida because that timeshare thing I had to do. I was supposed to go in September. That's what happened. And the hurricane was there, so I had to cancel it. But I did go somewhere else in September. I just don't remember. I had some shows in Durham this year, too. I had 2 shows in Durham.
Okay.
I had one in August and one in September.